Finance Committee meeting on January 4th. Dr. Jones?
Here.
Mr. Gwaltney? Mr. Allamon?
Here.
Mrs. Smith? Here. And Mr. Harden?
Here.
All present, you have a quorum.
Wonderful, thank you. Happy New Year to everybody, and I apologize. I do not like starting late, but we did have a bid opening, so I apologize. That happened just a few minutes ago, so we're going to try to work through the agenda pretty quickly here. We do have committee meeting minutes from December 21st, so do I have a motion to dispense with a reading and approve those as distributed?
Second.
Okay, moved properly by Mrs. Smith, seconded by Mr. Harden. Any other discussion? Hopefully we got everything correct. I know we did. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed by the same sign. 5-0. Okay, as I was just mentioning, 02-10-20, a bid opening reset to be held January 4th at 5 p.m. for City Communication Services. That's what we just had. And I have asked, we're going to have like a mini committee of Ms. Andrus and Mrs. Smith and Mr. Gwaltney. I don't know if you knew you were being dragged into this, but with your expertise, we'd love to have your help with this. We got four. Just a quick report, and this fine committee is going to speak to this the four different groups and come up with a recommendation to finance, and then we will move on it. We had a jetty trip, uptick, night ED, and comprehensive communications. They were very difficult to discern what the pricing was, so I'm going to let the committee kind of look through that because comprehensive communications, and then the third one was night, KNIGHT, EDEADY, uptick, and jetty trip. Those were our four. And so they have you have those, Miss Andrus, don't you? Where did Miss Andrus go? Oh, she has them in her hand. So we'll carry that over pending a recommendation back. Okay, moving on, 01-12-20, request for consideration to amend 1920 and 2021 budgets. Those have been distributed this afternoon, and you can see them in front of you as well. There's no new money. These are simply transfers. Are there any questions for Mr. Burgett, who distributed this? So mainly, we don't have an amendment to the 2021, right?
That's correct. It's
just
we're just cleaning up 1920. So you can see pretty small amounts here just to balance out, and we're just transferring. Are there any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I would move to approve the presented budget amendments.
Second.
Is that you, Mr. Gwaltney? Okay. Moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney. Any further questions, discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed by the same sign. That passes 5-0. We'll send that to council for next Monday. We don't have anything else going on next week anyway. 1601-15. Update on past, present, and future sidewalk projects. I talked to Mr. Cobb today. There's no new recommendations at this time, but we'll still keep this on our agenda if that's okay, because I'm sure we'll have more to come. So we'll carry this over without objection.
Just real quick.
Sure.
I think he is getting numbers for Salter. Is that sort of what we're waiting on?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that is my understanding. Mr. Pugh, do you have any comments? I don't think Mr. Cobb is here.
What's the issue? I'm sorry, I was reading something.
We're talking about sidewalks, and are we just waiting on some numbers from Salter?
Yes, yeah, I don't have any updates on that.
Okay, so we'll carry that over pending the report from Salter. We'll take care of that, and not sure if anything needs to be done on Public Works, but we'll carry it over here. Okay, on to new business, 12-12-20, request to declare the 1998 Pierce fire engine, and you can see the VIN number. If Mr. Limbaugh was here, I'd read that out, but I'm not going to. The surplus. So this is obviously an older engine. I think we sent out some information on this as well. Are there any questions on this? This is would be an ordinance that we would recommend the council take to declare this particular fire engine surplus. Any comments from the chief? Or any questions for the chief?
This is the one we had the catastrophic failure back in the spring. It's $20,000 to repair. It's worth $25,000 running.
Right.
We probably can't sell it other than for just scrap, basically.
Are we gonna sell it to the highest bidder?
Yeah.
We're actually looking into that. We just want to declare it surplus today.
Well, I mean, you gotta tell him what you're gonna.
Is Will Record going to try to auction it off for y'all?
We're looking at govdeals.com.
That's fine.
So,
But in the resolution, I'll say it's gonna be disclosed of as sale to the highest bidder.
yes, sir.
Of the auction.
We want the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
That's
do.
bidder for everything.
I'm afraid that's not going to be very high, but I hope we get some surprising news.
I mean, it's almost a 2000 model, so.
I know. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's got some nice.
Okay, any
Engine parts.
questions? Okay, is there a motion to declare this Pierce fire engine surplus?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Harden, seconded by Mrs. Smith. Any other questions, comments? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed by the same sign? Okay, that's 5-0. 13-12-20, request to refund unused building permit per city code to Reeves Construction. Mr. Pugh, there you are. Wonderful. Can you give us a report on this one?
Yes, sir, I'd be happy to. Back in March, Reeves Construction took out 5 permits to do commercial remodeling on the Wells Fargo buildings over in Wildwood. Buildings 1 and 3, multiple floors, they were going to gut them and kind of remodel them, pretty substantial. The permit fees totaled $22,952. Right after they took these out, the COVID pandemic hit, and Wells Fargo wanted to postpone, and they sort of kept postponing until December, when they decided they're just going to cancel the project for now, shelve it. So here we are. The city code allows us to give a refund, I think, within 6 weeks, a normal refund. I don't know about this amount, but it says within 6 weeks, but of course, this has been 9 months.
Right, so there's no chance of them starting this project again?
No, sir, not under this permit, and I can attest that they never called for any inspections, they never needed any inspections, the work never started.
Okay, and as a department head, do you recommend refunding this?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Burgett, from an accounting procedure standpoint, what would you recommend on this? It would be to pay, to refund that to Reeves Construction and...
Out of building permit revenue, and then we'll also have, there's $229, which will get credit back from the state construction training, because that's a portion of the building permit.
So that's your recommendation?
Yes,
for
sir.
the transfer? Okay.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
Some kind of information about it.
Okay. Okay, any questions for Mr. Pugh or Mr. Burgett?
I would move to refund the permit fees to Reeves Construction.
Second.
Okay.
Who was the second?
Moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. And that's 22,950, that's what I wrote down. Okay, any other questions, discussion?
Is it 22,950 or 22,952?
952,
952.
22,952,
Okay.
Yeah,
22,952.
All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed by the same sign? Okay, well, 5-0. Okay, last item, 14-12-20. request to authorize the mayor to sign revised agreement with AlDOT relating to project 9802, additional lanes on Oxmoor Boulevard from Summit Parkway to Columbiana Road. This is a turkey foot project, and this is the, what AlDOT's requiring for us, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you'll recall, back in September, our funding agreement was going to expire, so I sent them a letter requesting an extension of that. They sent us a letter back approving the extension, giving us until March 30th to authorize right-of-way. That's what this is. It's the revised right-of-way agreement.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, Mr. Pugh?
Yes.
We talked about hiring, putting the money aside to hire the right-of-way agent. Is that part of what this is?
No, sir, that's not in this. This is our agreement with AlDOT, broadly stating that we agree to furnish the right-of-way and we will acquire the right-of-way.
Right.
And establishing that there's an 80-20 split of funding and such. It outlines all that in there.
And I thought what we agreed to was to go ahead and engage, we put money in the budget to engage that agent to start the right-of-way process, I thought. Didn't we do
Yeah,
that?
that is correct. We did. I'm not sure the amount, but we did fund the right-of-way agent.
Yeah, have we gotten anywhere on that process?
I'm not sure that's in that agreement, the AlDOT agreement. That may be
Yeah.
with our consultant, but no.
No,
we're
it's not. So we're talking about two different things.
Yeah.
This agreement is really just what AlDOT requested us for the amended contract with them because we scaled it down. And so this is just authorizing the mayor to sign that amended contract.
Sure.
Or agreement. But what you're talking about is correct, that's been budgeted, but I don't think we've done anything.
We haven't done anything with that, no, sir.
Yeah, I understood that. I was just
Yeah.
trying to, it's all kind of part of the same project. We felt like AlDOT would move forward quicker with us if we went ahead and did that. Did
Yeah,
that. So
and that's a good conversation for us to have if we need to
Okay.
get with the consultant on that and determine how we're going to do that. Because we'll probably have to hire him as a subcontractor of our consultant, whoever that is.
Okay, but the question, is that, so that is in motion? I mean, we're going to have a meeting to talk about that, or you're
I haven't done anything with that yet, and I know Berkeley's actually been a little bit more involved in it than I have.
It was gonna be later on into this upcoming year.
Okay.
Okay.
Where they wanted to sit down and meet. Because JJ and I were just talking, because I think their first priority was getting these bids out for the divergent diamond.
Yeah, I went to the Atlanta airport, and the new exit at Camp Creek Parkway is a diverging diamond, and it's, wow. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully it'll work better than the three-way stop we have in place right now. Anyway, so I appreciate that report. So are there any other questions on this particular agreement?
I would
Okay.
move to approve the mayor signing the agreement with AlDOT.
Okay. Okay, motion by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney, to authorize the mayor to sign the revised agreement with AlDOT. Okay. Any other questions? And for just a quick side note, for the people new on the council, this is a project that we have been working on for how many years, Mr. White? Yes. It was somewhere around '03, '04 when we were talking about this project and correcting the traffic flow and doing the turkey foot. But
Well, I'm excited. I live right there, so.
yeah, there were, right, and the delay was on both sides, you know. Once we were ready, AlDOT delayed and vice versa. So anyway, eventually we're going to get this thing accomplished, but I know the diverging diamond takes precedence. So just a quick comment on that. Okay, any other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed by the same sign. Okay, that passes 5-0. So, Mr. President, it looks like we're going to be recommending 12-12, 13-12, and 14-12 next week. I don't believe, and then 01-12 12/20. So those 4 items will be recommended next week. Any other questions? Okay, then we are adjourned.